In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boy CryptoKeeper here on a Saturday night. It is Saturday Night Live, and yeah, you noticed Miguelito no está aquí. Miguel is not here. He, well, shout out to Miguel, having a little too much fun today out on the boat, as it seems. So we'll just pray for a speedy recovery. So yeah, let's have some fun tonight, chat. If you didn't know, now you know. We've got a 5 ETH opportunity coming up. Jump into the Discord, dangerclosealpha.com. Hit the little Discord button. You guys know what to do. We'll get you set up and rocking and rolling. I'm excited about that. We will continue to give you a little more information as it comes. We're about to finalize the second chapter of. So I hope you guys have got your presentations ready. So if you don't have your presentations ready, those are worth 1,000 points. Just a reminder, we're about to wrap that up this coming week. So make sure that you've got that. Make sure to smash the likes if you are on mobile. X out of the live chat and do that. Yeah, other than that, let's dive into it. Let's see what's going on. Also, Twitter. We've really been slow on Twitter recently. I know I'm not the best at staying active. I see some of these people on Twitter, and they are just like fiery active. I'm talking about all day long. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do that, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. But let's get that Twitter game strong. We're working on it on both Danger Close Alpha and obviously Debate Crypto. All right, let's take a look at the markets. We will start there. Let me move my screen here real quick. Had it pushed down a little too far. And I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised here. Well, maybe not surprised just because it's been going on for a couple days, but I think we might have some more green. Not that type of green, you potheads. Global crypto market cap, 1.02 trillion with a T dollars. We're up 1.78%. We got Bitcoin approaching 21,000. That's at 20,794, up about 1%. ETH has been ripping. I got to tell you, when ETH rips, my portfolio numbers rip because that's my girl. She supports the fam, if you know what I mean. Little Addison will be in a little bit to remind you of that. Up 23% on the week. Let's go. BNB back up over $300. Like seeing that as well. I'm holding a little bit of BNB, not a ton. XRP sitting pretty flat, down about 0.9%, up 1% on the week. It's just not really probably going to do a whole heck of a lot until we get some good info about the SEC. The big one on here on the top 10 is DogeCoin, and DogeCoin is going to be on the conversation topic tonight, as you probably guessed. Up 39% today. And I've got news about Keeper and DogeCoin. I think some of you might be surprised. This is big news. Stick around for that. And then rounding out the top 10, we've got Cardano and Solana, both up a few percent. Well, Solana up almost 2% and Cardano up 3.3%. So that's what the markets are looking like. No real reason for the pump. We had some great creators, Piano Matty B, on Thursday, and we were talking about, is there a reason for, the move in the markets? And really there hasn't been. It's the institution's time to play ball. So I believe, as a reminder, and continue to be safe with what you're doing, I believe that we're going to have a rally of some sort. I don't know how long. Obviously, none of us do. So be safe, be careful out there. I think it'll probably go through the midterms because that feels good. And you know how that goes. Anything to rub backs. See if we can garner some votes in the meantime, because I think there's one set of people that are pretty worried about these midterms coming up, as I believe they should be. Chat, what's crack-a-lackin'? Who we got in the chat tonight? We got Michael. We've got Kenton. We've got Biomex. We've got Shambles. We've got Crypto Gary. We've got Brett in the house. We've got Kenton. We've got Enzo. Who else we got here? Scrolling up. That looks like everybody that's been talking anyway. Make sure to smash the likes, guys. Let's get into it. We're going to talk a little bit about Cardano / DogeCoin. We're going to talk once again about Sam Bankman-Fried. He is a dirty, dirty man, but we will talk about him. And SEC's Hester Pierce. We're going to talk about the SEC as well. We've been talking a lot about FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. So let's start there. That's a good place to start. And we'll probably end up talking about the Twitter, Cardano, that whole DogeCoin thing towards the end. So let's start off with Sam Bankman-Fried. Pull this up. And this does get into Twitter too, so that's good. FTX's Bankman-Fried to let crypto Twitter take the wheel on digital assets policy. Look at this goon. All right. FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried could back off lobbying for crypto legislation, the exchange boss hinted days after igniting a contentious policy debate. Crypto Twitter take the wheel, Bankman-Fried said in a Twitter thread. For days, Bankman-Fried has been embroiled in a dispute over crypto policy regulation. He published a lengthy crypto policy blog last week that was met with scorn by some industry insiders. Critics were particularly frustrated by Bankman-Fried's views on how to regulate centralized finance projects. Bankman-Fried went as far as to debate Shapeshift CEO Eric Voorhees. Side note, if you haven't heard that, listen to that. For 2 hours on Friday, that was yesterday. The live stream program was hosted by the crypto podcast Bankless. A day later, Bankman-Fried said he'd leave the future of crypto policy debate to others online, even if he disagrees with their views. I'm going to go a little bit further here. Against the community strategy, Bankman-Fried said, even where I think it might not be the most effective way to accomplish the goal. A spokesperson did not immediately comment on Saturday. Let's talk about Sam Bankman-Fried's goal. His goal is going to be, like many other business owners, to rule their, to rule their, platform, not just their platform, but what's the word I'm looking for? To rule their category in which they are working. He's in the crypto space. So what does he want to do? He wants to take over all of crypto. The problem with that is that he has some very liberal ideas. He has some very authoritarianistic ideas on what should happen with the crypto space. If Miguel was here, he would tell you it's fugazi. It is not good. It is all bad. He essentially wants to make it so that peer-to-peer transactions can't happen. What? Excuse me? So wait a minute. So Miguel and I, let's say, do a mint on NFTs. Goes really well because we know that's going to happen, right, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the DCA fam. So we mint. It goes to our creator wallet. We then split off to, let's just say, separate personal wallets. The way that Sam Bankman-Fried wants it, that transaction would not be able to happen because that would be a peer-to-peer transaction. Miguel or I would be sent, one of us would be sending the other Ethereum in a peer-to-peer transaction. What a clown. That is literally what crypto is about. Crypto is about that freedom. Crypto is about taking the banks out of that central authority figure. But because Sam Bankman-Fried is bought, because he is paid for, and because he is a slime ball, he's going to vote and press for centralization. It also helps his bottom line. Why is that? Well, if people can't do peer-to-peer transactions, they need somebody else to do it for them. And who better to come in and do it than FTX? Oh, it's kind of disgusting, to be honest. It's one thing to try to grow your business. It's another thing to try to dominate every single person that you come in contact with that's in your business. It would be like me going around to all the homeowners in my area talking bad about any other person that does their own work on their home. I'll say, listen, my construction company, we've got it right. Nobody else does. You need to go with us. Let me tell you about what everybody else is doing wrong. No, not happening. So I am of the thought that we should just burn him at the stake. Okay, sorry, that was a little aggressive. No, I just disagree with the idea that we take crypto, which is supposed to be for the people, by the people, and giving us some freedom from the banking institutions, from the centralized entities, from that authoritarian, view. And he's just trying to put us right in it. And ultimately, what's it for? It's for the dollar. We actually here at Debate Crypto know somebody that knows him, like that actually knows him well. Pause for Kool-Aid drink. We actually know him, or no, we don't know him. We know somebody that knows him actually pretty well. And that person says that he is, and he's openly admitted this, but says that genuinely he's not a crypto person. So let's just say Sam Bankman-Fried does not have your best interest at heart. I will not be investing in FTX anytime soon, even though I do believe that their token, their FTT token, will probably do well. I'm just guessing that it will because he is ultimately going to take over a large portion of this market. So chat, tell me what you think about SBF. I'd really love to hear about it. Looks like David thinks that he's definitely a clown. Let's see. What else is he? Let's see. He is a clown. He is a bot, and he is the devil. Thank you, David, for your input on that. I appreciate that. Tony says he's been busy defending himself on Twitter. Of course he has. If you haven't heard the back and forth between him and Eric Voorhees, you really should give it a listen. He sounds like a dictator. He sounds like he believes that you, again, don't have the smarts to invest in crypto, that only he does, right? I think he's 29 years old and he's a billionaire. So he's done something right, but what's going to happen moving forward from there? I don't know. We're going to find out. So at any event, let's move on from that. We will say a prayer for Sam Bankman-Fried. We will pray that, he figures out that the crypto space does not and will not support what he's trying to do. Dr. Morano says, I didn't hear him say that. He didn't specifically say that. He's just very, very much pro not being able to do your own thing as it relates to crypto. He wants that centralization in there. He wants the institutions to handle everything. He doesn't want you to be able to do it on your own. So at any event, we'll see what happens with that. That's where the government is pushing as well. That's why the CBDCs are going to be coming in. There's no stopping that. The scary thing is, and just as an aside, there is, I think he's the president of the Fed of Wisconsin or Minnesota, forget which, but he is openly challenging, why do we need CBDCs? And I'll talk about that in length another time, but he's basically saying, hey, listen, what does a CBDC do? Why do you need a CBDC? Venmo can do that. Zelle can do that. Cash App can do that. PayPal can do that. Well, the reason is the centralization that is the government, the smart contracts that they can put on the money, allow them to auto pull from your account. They can't do that from Venmo, right? Allows them to expire, put an expiration on your money, on how fast you have to spend it. They can't do that with Venmo. They can't do that with Zelle. Ultimately, they can't tax you directly and take it out of your account with any of those. They can't track your every single move from a private entity to the government, although some would say that some of these big tech companies might as well be the government with how they work together. I digress. So at any event, it's a cold world out there, and they're trying to take crypto down with the ship. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Let's move on. Let's talk about the SEC. Let's talk about Hester Pierce and what she has, what she's got going on. I actually think that this is an interesting thing that we need to look at because we've got NFT stuff going on. The Securities and Exchange Commission may be poised to crack down on the multi-billion-dollar NFT industry, but one of its own doesn't believe the SEC should be so quick to bring down the hammer. The SEC, according to reports, is currently investigating Yuga Labs, the $4 billion company behind Bored Ape Yacht Club, for securities violations. But the commission has thus far issued zero statements regarding its positions on NFTs specifically, leaving creators feeling uncertain and frustrated about how to navigate what they consider to be an ambiguous regulatory environment. And they have a sympathetic ear within the SEC itself. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce, affectionately known as Crypto Mom within the industry. I think the SEC has provided very little clarity on NFTs, Pierce told Decrypt. There's a lot of ambiguity. And in situations where there's this much ambiguity, I think people really need to be very careful. This is not the ideal state of regulation. So my question is, why do they want to be so cryptic? No pun intended. Why do they want to not give us the information on the front side about what we can do and what we can't do? Well, it does exactly what Hester Pierce is saying. It makes myself, it makes Miguel, it makes any of these NFT creators question, am I going to be in trouble for doing this? Now, we know we're not selling securities. We're not offering dividends, nothing of the sort. You could not look at what Danger Close Alpha is doing as a security. However, I've also looked at some other projects and some other things that have happened in the crypto space and said, no way is that a security or could be compared or be looked at as such. And they're trying to reach for it. So though I don't think they're trying to go after the small creators like ourselves, I don't think that they are. I think that they're trying to set a precedent and let people know, hey, you better walk a fine line. You better understand where and how you play ball. And so the problem with that is we don't know how to play ball because we have no information. And when you have no information and you're in the dark and you're blindly walking around trying to figure out where you're going, it's tough. It's tough, and it does make us ask questions, but I will tell you, never fear, we're going to continue pressing forward. I'm not going to let the SEC playing games with us, the retail, or whether they're playing games with the institutions, whether they're playing games with the retail trader, whether they're playing games with the small founders like ourselves, the small NFT projects, whatever the case may be, we're not going to let it happen. It's not going to slow us down. We're still giving away 5 ETH. Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to have the opportunity to win 5 ETH. You've got to get involved. If you're not in that, make sure to get into the faction war. If you're not already in Discord, get in Discord. Step number 2, get yourself something like a gas mask. That is Danger Close Alpha Stimulus on OpenSea. There's some available. They're about $9 USD right now, 0.006 ETH. So something like that. It's like $9 or $10, something like that. That'll get you the ability to get this upcoming free mint. And that free mint is going to be your ticket into the faction war. So make sure you get into that, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to have the opportunity to win that 5 ETH. So we'll hope for some I don't want to say clairvoyance, but we'll hope for a little bit better look and view into the future of NFTs as we move forward, because we've got big plans. We've got other things that we plan on working on moving forward. And once we get through this whole project, once we get through the characters, we have alluded and told you guys that we have a huge plan, right? When we get to these characters, I'm telling y'all, we are working on a plan in the background right now to get a lot more people involved with these characters, okay? Once that happens, once we sell out the character drop, once we do everything that we have said we're going to do on the roadmap, that next step would have me asking some questions because of the size of what we ultimately want to do and what we want to build for the community. So just bear with us. We're going to continue to press forward. Don't worry, nothing's slowing down. We are full steam ahead. I'm super excited about it. So let's hear one. Just smash the like for the DCA NFT project. If you're not in Danger Close Alpha, you got to get there. Looking forward to giving away that ETH too, I'm telling you. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. YOLO says, thank God Ben got the message SBF is trash out there to a wider audience. Yeah, Ben's been going ham on SBF. And I got to tell you, I'm following suit. I do not want to see someone like that take down our beloved crypto. Part of the reason that I've been able to, do some really great things for my family and my future looking forward is because of crypto, right? Crypto has allowed me to take a smaller amount of capital and turn it into a much larger amount of capital. And long term, that larger amount of capital that I have in right now, that's going to continue to grow, is going to be what I plan on being a very large amount of capital. And that only happens if I'm able to openly and freely move as I please, so to speak, in the crypto and NFT space. It's what needs to happen. So shout out to everybody that is pushing for some form of decentralization, or at least excuse me, or at least push forward with the idea that we can opt out via Bitcoin. We can opt out via Ethereum. Now, I know these big businesses are getting involved. I know that they are playing ball at this point, and you could argue, are you really opting out at that point? But assuming that the CIA didn't create Bitcoin and this isn't all one big, hoopla of a scam, you are opting out by not having those centralized entities being the central point of failure for the banking system, if you will, as we know it moving forward for crypto. Excuse me. Kenton asking the question that will be asked 8,000 times. Yes, Kenton, we said 5 ETH, not 0.5 ETH. I thank you for clarifying that. We've got a lot of people that are that are busting, you know what, on that 0.5 versus 5. So we are super excited to do that. All right, let's get to the big news. Let's talk about a little bit of DogeCoin and Cardano in the same sentence, in the same article. Check this out. Whoops, I was down a little farther because I was reading it. All right, there's the Doge father himself. Cardano founder sees DogeCoin merging with Twitter as Doge flips ADA to become 8th biggest crypto. All right, talk to me. Following Elon Musk's Twitter takeover, Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson believes there's a possibility that DogeCoin will merge with the social media platform. Known in a tweet saying, now that Twitter is in the hands of Elon Musk, I can see a real possibility that Doge will somehow merge with the platform. The tweet attracted lots of reactions from members of both DogeCoin and Cardano communities. Many Doge enthusiasts expressed excitement over the possibility that cryptocurrency may merge with Twitter. However, some Cardano investors seemed unhappy. Hoskinson is advocating for Doge instead of ADA. They asked Hoskinson to push ADA to merge Twitter. They said, why don't you push Cardano? Hieronymus? Hoskinson, Dogecoin should be Cardano sidechain. One of Hoskinson's followers asked if he thinks Dogecoin will transition to proof of stake or proof of useful work algorithm. Responding to the user, Hoskinson recommended that Dogecoin should become a sidechain of Cardano. The Cardano boss said he would personally conduct, check this out, he will personally conduct the migration at zero cost. Hoskinson said he would also add smart contracts. Said, should be a Cardano sidechain. I'll do the migration for free. Hell, I'd even add smart contracts. Now, everybody's seen Doge rallying significantly. It's been up 43% in the past week, and it's taken the number 8 spot away from, you guessed it, Cardano. Now, there's been a lot of speculation around this, okay? Do I believe, first of all, let's talk about this. Do I believe that Dogecoin is going to be a settlement layer of sorts for Twitter? Kinda. I kind of do. I would not be surprised. I talked about this earlier today. What a feeling it would be to wake up in the morning, right? Tell me this wouldn't stroke your ego. You wake up in the morning and you're like, what am I going to do today? Kind of stretch out. You got your work you got to do. You got your businesses to run. You're like, yeah, let's pump the crypto markets. And you know that even just a simple tweet, just a simple on the keyboard will do that. I think that Elon Musk very much enjoys that attention. I think Elon Musk also very much loves his money, and Tesla is down, I think, 70%, something like that on the year. He's lost about $140 billion, I think, this year. He was like at 350 and now he's at 210, or he was at 360, now he's at 220. Yes, it's still billions of dollars. He's still insanely wealthy for generations and generations and generations and generations and their generations to come. But he has theoretically lost a ton of capital. So if this is a way to maybe kind of line some of those pockets, I don't think that he'd see I would not be surprised. He loves to troll different communities. He loves to be in the limelight, and he loves to make money. And I think that this would definitely be the combination of those three. I also would not be surprised if Charles Hoskinson owns a bunch of Doge. Now, I'm just throwing it out there, right? I would not be surprised if he owns a bunch of Doge. I've told people before, I sold all my Doge until today. I sold all my Doge for a 100x return. It might have even been 110x return. I bought it at like 0.002 and I sold it 22 cents and made, but it was only on $11. Okay. Well, we're going to do a replay of that, except for I'm not buying it 0.002 this time. I had 15. I've been literally clearing everything off exchanges. I do not trust these exchanges. I was clearing off. They limit you daily on what you can pull. And so I had to make one last pull today off of an exchange, and it left me with $15 left over after I made the pull. It was another, like, I couldn't pull anymore, and it left me with $15. I'm like, what the heck am I going to do with that? And I was like, you know what? I know what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to buy some Dogecoin. Now, I am not the meme coin man. I am not even really a fan of Dogecoin. It was $15 that I had no idea what I was going to do with, had nothing good that I could think of. Excuse me, something in my chest tonight. And so I said, hey, why not? Again, once in a while, just step up to the table, toss it in there. Maybe it'll like seriously pump. Hey, I got no problem with turning $15 into $500 or, whatever that looks like. So yeah, I am now holding I am now part of the DogeCoin family. So all of you that are in the Doge fam, smash the likes. Make sure you do that. Write Doge family in the chat. Definitely want to see who is in the Doge family. I have just joined with a massive amount of capital, $15. So I just hope everybody was sitting down when they heard me say that. $15 worth of Doge. Guys, I think it bought me a few hundred Doge. So I know. I got it like that. You know what I mean? So if you got it like that, make sure to smash the likes. Get involved with Danger Close Alpha. Again, I keep reminding you we're giving away 5 ETH. There's a reason, because we want to give away the 5 ETH. We also want to get as many new people involved in the project as we can. So if you're new here, jump into Danger Close Alpha. We have brought the crypto community and the NFT community together with the prepper community. We have a 3-day prepper boot camp that's coming up in May. Super excited about that. We've got a backpacking trip that ultimately is going to happen. We've got commodities drops happening. We have a game that is coming up, getting ready to start for that 5 ETH. We have another free mint that's coming up. We've got a lot happening, and you guys are going to be a part of it. So make sure you get in there, get in where you fit in, because we don't want you to miss this. Look at that. Enzo says, hashtag Doge fam. Nick James asking the all-important question. 5 ETH? No way. 0.5? So for those of you that have not been around a little bit, that has been the running joke now ever since FU started that a while ago. Yes, you've got it right. It is indeed 5 ETH. So, Crypto fam, I apologize. My phone is on ring there, and it has been a little loud. Crypto fam, I appreciate you for being here. It's Saturday night. You could be anywhere, and you're hanging out here with Keeper. I just want to remind everybody, I will be down in Miami right after Thanksgiving. And so let's see. Let me check the schedule. So I will be there the 26th, or no, the 25th of November. Man, I'm going to be down in Miami for the Michigan-Ohio State game. Oh, well, is what it is. Oh, I have 2 things to tell you. I'll be there from the 25th through the 30th. So Friday to Wednesday for Decentral. So if you want to come down, meet Keeper, meet Crusader. Crusader lives down there. We are going to be chopping it up. There's going to be a whole bunch of other influencers. Everybody that's anybody is going to be down there. You guys will know people. You should come check it out. So check that out. The website is DecentralCon, the letter D, centralcon.com. Maybe we'll figure out if we can give away a ticket or 2. So that's down in Miami. That's actually the Monday and Tuesday, which is, what is that actual date? The 28th and 29th of November, right? Let me double check that. Yeah, it's the 28th and 29th of November. Now, one more thing I want to leave you with. You guys know I'm a big football fan. Ohio State, big win today over Penn State. IO. All right. I have a bet, okay, with my barber, the guy that sits next to my barber. He's a barber, but he's in the chair next to the owner of the shop who cuts my hair. He has bet me that if Michigan beats Ohio State, I am going to have shaved into my head the Michigan helmet, and he is going to dye it yellow and blue. My head is going to look like a Michigan helmet for a week, okay? If he loses, we are shaving a huge block O, and we are going scarlet and gray with a green leaf on top of his head. No matter how this goes, we're going to live stream it, and I'm going to promote it. I'm going to pay to promote it on TikTok. So I'll also probably put it on YouTube as well. So just make sure that you guys are there to support. Either way, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we're talking about he's getting a block O on his head, and I'm not getting this ugly Michigan thing on my head. But either way, just want to tell you guys in advance, that game is in about, well, shoot, it's that weekend. That's what made me think of it. That game is the 26th of November. So if you pray, be praying for Keeper, okay? I do not want that ugly helmet on my head, and it will be very much fun to put him on the wall of shame in the barbershop in his own spot. He's got a wall of shame that we're putting behind his chair. Anyway, totally off topic. I love you guys. Question everything. Trust nothing. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. I will see you soon.